Another day, another blessing, another day, another YouTube video where I get to share my genius ideas with you guys and help you guys and provide more value. So in this video, I want to really talk about one of the biggest myths and lies that I see all over social media when it comes to making it far in life, right? Which is routines. Guys, I did fall for this and I'm guilty for it, and I'm the first to admit that, and I'm here to tell you exactly why that is a lie. Routine will not make you rich at all. Let me tell you something that most people will get uncomfortable once they hear it. So morning routine are not what got me here. Reading books every morning is not what got me the swimming pool. Going on a walk to just clear my mind is not what got me here. Eating right, getting 8 hours of sleep, meditating, journaling, none of that moved the needle for me. You know what did? You know what actually got me here in this position where I'm at right now? It's one thing, which is work. That's it. Just work. So I remember when I was making the most progress in my business, I was just putting insane amount of time, insane amount of work, getting clients, learning the system, putting a lot of content every single day. I didn't even have a morning routine. I was not optimizing my sleep at all. I used to drink coffee at 1 a.m., 2 a.m. at night. And I wasn't tracking my macros. I was just working, pure machine. Just from the moment I woke up to the moment I went to sleep, literally. And sometimes I used to go to sleep at 5 a.m., 6 a.m. in the morning. And my rule of thumb was this: I would not go to bed until the work is done. My to-do lists are completely finished. And that rule right there, that single rule, truthfully changed everything for me. Here's what frustrated me the most about the content that is out there when it comes to routines and all that stuff, right? Every person who made money is just selling you their morning routine. Oh, they wake up at 5 a.m., they read for 30 minutes, they meditate, they journal, they go on a gym, they go to the gym every single day, they eat a specific breakfast, and they tell you, this is why I'm successful. This is the formula. No, it is not. You know why they keep telling you all that stuff? Because it sounds good and people buy from it. But whenever you tell people, listen, unfortunately, you will have to work insanely. You will have to put a lot of time, a lot of effort. People will be like, you know what? I'm good. But whenever you make it sound sexy and more appealing to those people, they're going to buy your course, your mentorship. Literally, they're going to buy your course about your morning routine. They're gonna set their alarm at 5 a.m. They buy the journal, they download the meditation app or whatever people do out there. And guess what? 6 months later, they're still in the same exact position. Still broke, nothing changed, nothing is moving for them. And they're just wondering, okay, what did I do wrong? Here's what you did wrong, motherfucker. You're optimizing the container itself instead of filling it. The morning routine is the container. The work is what goes inside. And you're not putting any work. You're not doing any needle moving tasks. Drill this idea in your own mind. I know people right now who have incredible morning routine. In beautiful morning routine, they wake up on time, everything is optimized. Guess what? Zero movement, zero improvement. Their life is not moving forward. And I know people who wake up at random times. They skip breakfast, skip the gym, skip the meditation. And guess what? They're the most people that are actually making progress. Because the moment they wake up, however, whatever time it is, they don't care. They immediately go to work. And they stay at work until the work is done. And that routine right there, which is, okay, I'm not going to sleep until I get all my to-do list out of my way, that is what separates people. And you have to understand the routine by itself is not the edge. The work is the edge. The work will give you more leverage. And someone says something that I think about all the time, which is the difference between a winner and everyone else is not that the winner has something that everyone else doesn't have. It is just the winner is missing something that everyone else has, which is the off button. Makes sense? So the people who are really building something with their life, doing huge things and moving and getting improvement every single time and getting results, guess what? They never have the off button. They never have, oh, let me rest a little bit. The work is never done. There is always something next to do, the next piece of content to make, the next client to help, the next problem to solve. And I know that sounds intense. I know, but guess what? If you want to make it far in life, you want to be really successful, you have to pay the price. If you don't sacrifice for your goal will become the sacrifice. Especially when it comes to like you just starting out, you trying to figure shit out, there is no such thing as balance, especially at the start, boys. That you need to take care of yourself, that maybe one day, oh yeah, I'm gonna rest, whatever. Just take all that crap out of your mind right now. Focus on actually putting in the work, especially if you're just starting out. I cannot emphasize this enough. You cannot look at the time and be like, oh my God, it is 11 p.m. I need to sleep. No. Later, maybe you have to earn that. But for now, throw that out of your mind. The life balance bullshit. While you're still building, just throw it away. While your credit is still damaged, throw that shit away. You have to figure things out quickly. And the only way you can figure things out quickly is by putting a lot of effort in, a lot of work in, and making a lot of mistakes. And then getting feedbacks from those mistakes. And then next time when you do them correctly. Before you know it, I promise you, you will overlap everybody. And the beautiful thing is you don't need much at all. All you need is just grab your balls and put in the work, truthfully. You don't have the luxury of an off button yet. You have to earn it later. I will promise you this, bro. The people who are where you want to be, they didn't get there with balance. They got there by being slightly obsessed for a specific period of time. And then the results start compounding, and that obsession had something to show for itself. So for now, just turn the off button off completely. Don't even think about it, at least just for now. And I want to talk about something that hit me personally recently, because I think it is going to hit a lot of you guys too, which is laziness carries over. So I went through a period where I got a little sick. So I had to stop working for a few days. And when I came back, instead of just attacking the backlog and making up for the lost time, I convinced myself that, okay, I deserve a break a little bit now. Because I've been working hard, this and that, and my body needed a reset and stuff like that, right? I took a couple days off, few days off, and those few days turned into almost few weeks of not doing things that I needed to do. And in this period, here's what I realized. When you miss a day, the next day, you don't just have today's work. You have today's work plus yesterday's work. And if you miss that day too, now you have 3 days of work piled up on top of each other. And the pile up is so heavy that starting by itself feels overwhelming. And that's why most people lose momentum. Once they lose it, they never gain it back. So they don't even start at all. And the pie just keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And that is the laziness trap. And before you know it, it is going to sneak up on you. You think, okay, you're just taking a day off. It's okay, it's cool, whatever. But that one day off, before you know it, becomes two. Two becomes a week. And a week of not moving things in your business, of not posting content, not reaching out, not working like the actual process, not updating clients, bro, it will take a lot of your momentum. Before you know, you will have to rebuild the entire momentum from scratch. So this is the part of the video where I need you to be honest with yourself, which is a lot of people are doing everything except the actual thing. Maybe you're watching the YouTube videos about credit repair, but you haven't even pulled your credit reports yet. You're listening to podcasts about business funding, but you haven't sent a single debt validation letter. You're cleaning your desk, you're doing things, you're actually busy, You're watching another YouTube video. You're doing stuff. You're not doing any needle moving tasks. And the work by itself is not getting done. And I know I've talked to people who tell me all the time that they've been learning about credit for 6 months. They know everything, that they can explain the utilization. They can explain the dispute process. They can explain a re-aging violation. They can explain everything, right? From A to Z. But when I ask for their profile is still stuck in the exact same position it was 6 months ago. Why? Because they never actually did anything. Knowing the process is not the process. Doing the process is the process. So I don't care how many videos you watch so far. I don't care how many podcasts you listen to. I don't care how much you know. Here's what I care about. How many validation letters went out this week? How many disputes did you file this week? Did you pull all 3 reports? Did you find your statement closing date and get your utilization below 10%? That is the actual work. Do you understand? That is the thing. Everything else, every video, every podcast, every conversation about doing it is just warming up. And some people warm up forever and they actually never run. I want to talk about something very specific because I think it applies to more people than will admit it, right? Which is video games. When you really think about it, right? Video games are designed to give you this fake progression. Yeah, you can build the house in Minecraft. You level up in the ranking game. You unlock the next part of the map. You beat the boss. And your brain gets the hit of dopamine. Literally the same dopamine it will get from making real progress in your personal life. But here's the thing. When you close the game, nothing really changed. When you look around, you're still a loser. Maybe you live with your mom, maybe you live with your friends, maybe you smoke weed all day. You're still exactly in the same fucking position. But your brain got the exact same dopamine hit that it would have got if you really progressed in real life. And that's why it is very dangerous, because a lot of people are not even aware of this point. Before you know it, there is no reason for them to actually push a life because their brain already got that dopamine hit, and their brain cannot really tell the difference if that was just a regular video game or real life. Every YouTube video that you do watch about funding, credit, and stuff like that, you get that type of dopamine hit. But whenever you still go back to your credit, the collection is still there, the inquiry is still there, the funding is not approved yet, you're not progressing. But you got the feeling of progress without the actual progress. And this is very special. This is especially dangerous for people who are wired like entrepreneurs. Because entrepreneurs are what? We are addicted to progression. We love the feeling of, okay, moving forward. We love building something. We love watching numbers go up. And in video games, guess what? It exploits that exact wiring. They give you the hit without requiring any real work. And you need to think about that every single day. Think about what the real game looks like. Your credit score can go from 580 to 720. And that is a fucking real level up. Whenever you see a collection that comes off your file, that is a real boss defeated. The same dopamine hit, do you understand? Whenever you get approved for $40,000 in business credit, that is real achievement. Those moves have real consequences in real life. They will change your life dramatically. So I want to say something that might sound a little harsh, but I think it is important. There were periods in my life building this thing, learning the credit system, building my clients base, figuring out how the funding actually works, where I was not the most available person to most people. People around me wanted more time. They wanted more presence. They wanted more of me. And I had to make a choice. Not a comfortable choice, but a real one. A harsh one. Saying no to people that I really loved and liked, people that are close to me. And sometimes you just have to be selfish in the moment to be selfless later. And right now, if you are in that building phase, if you're trying to fix your credit, trying to learn the system, trying to build something real, you might have to say no to things. No to going out, no to the group chat, no to the plans that are going to cost you the momentum. Not forever, at least just for now. Because the version of you that did the work, that locked in, that went through the hard part, that came out the other side with a clean profile and real funding, that version of you can literally do more for the people around you than the version of you that kept everyone happy while building nothing. I came to America with nothing. I worked when I probably shouldn't have been working by other people's standard, right? Now I'm in a position to help people, my family, my clients, people who look like me, who were never taught how the system really worked. That only happened because I did the work when it was uncomfortable to do it. What I would say this, be selfish now so you can be selfless later. I know you watching this video, you probably know who David Goggins is, and David Goggins talks about this a lot, which is, and he made me really look at it from a different perspective. He said, imagine this. Imagine standing in front of God at the end of your life, right? And God has a list. Everything that you were capable of doing, everything you were supposed to accomplish, your full potential laid in front of your eyes. You're looking at that list, knowing that you didn't even get close to it. That imagination right there of standing at the end and seeing what you could have been and realizing that you settled for less, bro, I'm telling you, that terrifies me more than any motherfucking failure. I don't care about failing as much as I care about that, because I know what I'm capable of. And I know there's a version of me that exists if I do the work consistently, relentlessly, without making any excuses. And that version of me is so much further than where I'm at right now. And the same applies to you. There's a version of you, the version that can fix his own credit, can learn the system, who got funded, build a business, create a real access with real wealth. That version is waiting on the other side of the work that you're avoiding right now. That version doesn't appear from morning routine. It doesn't appear from podcasts. It doesn't appear from another YouTube video about what you should be doing. It appears from doing the thing, the actual thing, consistently, without stopping. What does your list look like? What does your to-do list daily look like? Show me your calendar. What were you supposed to build? What were you supposed to become? Are you actually doing the work to get there, or just pretending? And you're just doing fake work. That's what I call it. And here's the bottom line. Stop watching and start doing. And I mean this with everything in me, okay? Stop watching and start doing. Instead of just doing some fake work, go pull your credit report. Instead of just watch another YouTube video, go send a validation letter. Instead of consuming content, create content. Instead of talking to your friends about bullshit, make actual sales calls. I was that person too, boys. I was it. Not that long ago. And I know exactly what it feels like to be busy doing everything except the actual work, the actual thing. But here's what I will also say and know. The work is the only thing that moves the needle. Not the routine, not the podcast, not the video, the work. That's pretty much it. And the moment you stop consuming and you start executing, that moment right there close the huge gap between you right now and your future version of yourself. And that is the moment everything will start shifting for you. One thing I will tell you this, it won't be immediately and it won't be dramatically, but I promise you, if you keep consistently doing the work, and consistency will compound into something that nobody else can compete with. So your credit will not fix by itself. Your profile will not build itself by itself. Your funding doesn't happen on its own. The clients will not appear because you watched enough YouTube videos about getting clients. You have to do the thing. So close this video, open the thing that you've been putting off, do it today, not tomorrow, today, not after one more video, right now. Because the version of you on the other side of that work, the one with the clean profile, the funding access, the business producing real money, that version is waiting for you. And the only thing standing between you and that version is the work you haven't done yet. So go do it.